So let me forward and just say thank God for another day to wake up, especially on this wake up call, something that's intentional that we could share with each other. And like I want to dedicate this message today to my baby who may not remember this day, but because of the technology we have available to us, we get a chance to record the message and be able to share it back at a time where she will have understanding. And even for us who like we mentioned, a person may not know the scripture as well. A person may not be as connected spiritually in tune with God as they will in their future. There is a future time where they will be able to hear, receive, and understand at a better capacity. So by having these tools available, that's what I see as the vision and something that was placed inside of me to say that's part of what you can do in your purpose while you're here on this earth. Leave behind this, the writings in your journal. Yeah, baby, that's right. But don't play with that, okay? It's not safe. Come here. Thank you. Yeah. So helping her understand things and grow in ways she's gonna, see these videos and she's gonna laugh and smile and feel the joy that was made through making these videos. So because of the joy that God has given me, I get a chance to express that to her as I give the instructions, the wisdom, the discipline, the revelations, the just the heartfelt, sincere closeness that has been given to me to share with her, to share with all my loved ones, all my family, all my friends, in order to have a true relationship with each other and a true relationship with the Creator. So my message for the day, what I wanted to share is time management. Time management, being able to spend time with the people you care about, having balance in regards to work, social, spiritual, and just personal development time. I think that's very important to sustain us as well as to grow us. So in essence, when she woke up this morning, I was reading some of my old writings and I was just looking at like, man, these are some amazing things that I've been writing and this from years in the past. I'm like, wow, it's amazing how I'm growing. And then I said to myself, like, I'm just grateful for the opportunity to see and know that my baby, she's gonna be better than me, and that's really what every generation is, an opportunity to be advanced, an opportunity to evolve, an opportunity to, you know, learn from the generation before you and be advanced because now you have this foreknowledge that's helping you to grow in a way that had they not been there to shed those jewels and build those bridges for you, you may not be able to advance. So our responsibility is to pour and feed into the next generation so they can advance and be better than we were. So it's like my great grandparents. I never met any of my grandfathers, but I promise, oh, I can't promise that, but I could almost in my instincts. All right, that's making a lot of noise, baby. I know you want to play with it, but later. In my instincts, I could only imagine that they probably had the prayers to say, "Hey, man, I want to be able to have either myself or my kids or my kids' kids have an opportunity to to play national football or to go to a top Ivy League school or to be able to have themselves equivalent to all the other privileged discrepancies in America what it was at their time. So during the time where they was born, it was a lot of segregation. There was a lot of Civil War things. There was a lot of things keeping them and preventing them from having these same opportunities that I have. But because of their fight, because of their diligence, because of their sacrifices and what they were willing to do in that time, they built an opportunity for the next generation to be better. And now I'm here in this generation with, those prayers answered to be able to go to a D1 school, to be able to go and play on national TV, to be able to start a business, to be able to pour light into other younger generations. So in essence of what's honorable is we lay the foundation for what our future is to hold. And by being present with them, managing our time to not be comparing our journey to others and neglecting our own garden. So if we think about our front yard, if we think of our family, our friends, our loved ones as our front yard, and in essence, that front yard is spending time with them, speaking to them, pouring into them. That's like watering your yard. If we don't do that, how can we expect our yard to be green? How can we expect our grass to grow if we're not spending time watering it? If we're not investing energy into it, but we steady looking at, oh man, how they got that, or how they able to do that, or why I'm not able to do this, because we looking at somebody else's yard, somebody else's journey. Oh, how they get mannequins in the yard. Oh man, where they get those bushes from? That's that's not our responsibility. Our responsibility is to be a good steward of what God has given us. So if we spending all our time trying to chase things, trying to go after things that has not been placed on our plate yet, and we have to ask, why are we pursuing these things so heavily and neglecting the time and the energy that we have with the things that are already on our plate? You know, what's giving us that desire to want to do more than what we already have been given to do? And then it made me reflect like, man, what does that say about my relationship with God? Is that me saying that I'm not trusting him? Is that me saying that I'm not grateful for what he's given me? Is that me saying that my ego is bigger than it needs to be? You know, because ego is edging God out. And when we edge God out, we're not thinking about all the beautiful things that He has already placed around us. So we have a roof over our head, if we have a family that we can pour into, if we have a job that we can tend to, that we can perfect our craft in, you know, why are we so eager to leave it? Why are we so eager to have to do more? Why are we so eager to need more when God has already given us the things that can give us joy in our heart? Give us the desires of our heart. You know, and to recognize that means just take time to be a steward of what He's given us, to water our own garden, you know, to tend to our own flock. And it's like the message of Christ is He's a shepherd, and the shepherd goes back for that one sheep that gets lost. So it's like saying, if you really receive Christ's love and saying that you're gonna treat your neighbor as He treats you, understand that he goes back for you whenever you need him. So why are we not doing that for our family and our friends and our loved ones? Why we feel like we gotta go all out our way to do something for a stranger who we don't know, who we haven't seen, and desire the attention of people who we won't even know for real. But we got family members and we got friends in our immediate life who we haven't taken the time to tend to, who we haven't taken the time to water, to pour into, to spend time with, to help their soul really grow and be nourished. So that's really my biggest takeaway from this week, as I taking some time to step away from some things. You know, God, and that's what God means by fast and prayer. When you praying for things, also have a contrite, sincere. I don't know if contrite is the right word, but the word is pruned heart. So meaning, you know, if you go into your garden, you see weeds, you're taking out the weeds. So that's not taking away from the water and the fertilizer that you give in the grass. Pruning your heart means to cleanse it from all the distractions, from all the things that are taken away from the message from God, the purpose of God. So that's what I've been in the midst of for these, man, I told y'all 14 days. And it's been helpful because it's allowing clarity. And you know, as I continue to seek more clarity, as I continue to look at what he's doing in my life, I look at a call in a day like this where I get an opportunity to just pour out a message that will last, whether it's a 15-minute message that could come back and be played 15 years from now and be gold. It's about the value and the energy that I put into it today. Do I really see God doing this today, or am I just going through the motions? And that's one of the things I wrote in my journal. I was reading it out, and this was from years ago. Like, man, I was really in tune with the spirit about don't worry about the applause, don't worry about the audience. Know that your audience is God and his angels, and they are the messengers who will take it forth to whoever truly needs it. So, what am I saying is just because in my flesh I may not be aware of what's going on right now, in my spirit, I should be conscious enough to know that God is doing something in my life with purpose. So for me to not show up full hearted, fully enthusiastic about this message, that is disrespectful to God. That is disrespectful to myself and is disrespectful to my future family because this is their message. So if I don't take it serious, then that means I'm not taking myself serious. And that's my encouragement for everybody on this call, whoever hears this message. Don't take time for granted. Don't devalue, because that's the one gift that God has given us all that we can't give ourselves, the time that we have on this earth. So don't take it for granted, don't take it lightly, and don't misuse it. We are to be a good steward of it. So if we have a garden, if we have a yard, if we have a plant, anything that you have to represent the life around you, and that's metaphorically and actuality, that garden, that yard, that plant, that could be your family if you got children, that could be your relatives if you got siblings, that could be your community if you have a church home, if you have people that you support, that they support you, man, pour into those people. Spend time with those people and invest and make sure that their spirit, their soul, their being is being liberated by the light. Make sure that if they could think of one time and one moment, one memory they had with you, make sure they receive love from you. And that's what God put on my heart to share today. And baby, this for you, baby. I love you. I love all y'all. And just thank you for allowing me to share. Thank you for allowing me to be transparent, authentic, and just give a space to share my heart with you. And I pray that we all can continue to grow together, love together, and be in the light together. And all praises to the Most High. Yahuwah, we thank you for your spirit, your grace, your mercy, your favor, and the promises that you give us. You're a covenant God, and we thank you that you chose us to be in covenant with you and your faithful love. And you're an unchanging, faithful God who is about mercy. So knowing that there's nothing we could do that's so wrong that we can't come back to you. So that's the motivation and encouragement that He is salvation and redemption. So whenever our souls crave restoring, just call on him and he will answer. And that's the truth, and that's the gospel, and that's the good news. So, Grand Rising family, thank you for allowing me to share. And I pray this message was helpful and encouraging. And all praises to the Most High. Thank you for allowing me to share. I'll pass it back to open forum. Shalom, shalom.